average countdown for an exceptional man.
It's taking too long. I'm just going to hit it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Friday stream. Today, it's actually a toy talk stream. I like episode 1, but yeah, I'm going to cover some stuff tonight. I am first and foremost a professional comic book artist. I'm the creator of City of Venus, the creator of Shot of the Kraken, co-creator of Through the Woods. I was also a former lead toy designer at McFarlane's Toys. I did work for as well, Randy Bowen Designs, Diamond Select, a bunch of different places. So my background is in figures, it's in design, and I will tell you the ins and outs, what's fact and what's fiction about these toys. Because recently Todd McFarlane came out and had an interview, I believe, on Shartimus Prime's channel. Oh, what a name. And during this, all right, this was crazy. During this conversation, he was asked if he would ever do a full line of female figures. And his answer was no. The reason why, girl toys in the boys aisle, it's not good. You'll have a boy crying that he gets a female figure, and then he turns into a serial killer. This is a quote from Todd McFarlane. This is not me.
Explains.
This is Todd. So the mental handicap on this man sometimes. While I was working there, we've had conversations about this topic specifically. And everyone in the studio, also collectors, were bitching, why aren't you doing more female figures in your lines? So we're going to break into this. But before we do, let me introduce my other guests here. We got Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. He's also my co-host. Well, I'm his co-host over on the Thursday stream, the Collectible Past with 2 guineas, but we'll be going back and forth soon.
Well, we are simpatico. We are co-hosts for each other now. What's going on, everybody? Week, and I'd just like to start off by saying, talking about it was going too long. That's something that Walton never has ever heard, because he's always coming up short. But it's a pleasure to see everybody in the chat today. Make sure you go ahead and share this one out. Get the eyeballs on this one, because we all know what freaking YouTube likes to do. Screw you, YouTube.
Right? Yeah, please do if you could. And we'll give Walton a chance to say something back. Stephen Walton, how you doing, my friend?
Hi, everyone. I'm Stephen Walton. I do not have the impressive resume that Vinnieart does. I am a former juvenile delinquent, and but I do enjoy setting up girls' toys. I guess I don't know. What are we talking about today? I don't know.
Well, you're a man. You speak his mind, and
Yes.
and you're someone who likes facts and not so much fiction. But you're also somebody who likes justice for things. And
Absolutely. Hail the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Please share our link,
right.
Smash the like, get some eyes.
That's right.
Tonight.
He's also he's an author, man. So he's not just a nobody. He writes stuff. He's released books, novels. That guy.
Yeah.
Guy.
Books made from trees.
I hate you, Tommy.
Another one of my good friends, Chris Fisk, also in the house. He is a comic book creator. And man, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad it's Friday. Finally.
Aren't we all? Right? Dude.
But there were some impressive images that were released of you yesterday. I just want to say that Battle Angel Fisk.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that stupid expression. Yay!
when you said images released, I almost thought of Brandon and the speech he gave the other day. You know, your friends are taking pictures of your compromising positions.
Wow.
Blackmail.
Because that's normal. That's totally like,
I
yeah.
don't want that to slide in my DMs.
Before we go
Yeah.
off the rails, let's get into this toy talk because I think it might go into a bigger conversation. And let me share screen real quick because I do want this up while we talk about it because there's some characters here that I'm very curious as to why Todd has not made the majority of these characters while he's sitting on the DC license for about 2.5, almost 3 years.
Missed opportunity.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, and this is what we're going to get into now. And yes, this is my artwork, by the way. You can find some of
really
the
good.
awesome artwork from me in those art books that's on the City of Venus campaign. So
I am totally
just a
not
quick-
staring at the cleavage on this panel.
Stephen, I hope you have some
plug
wet
there.
wipes to clean off your screen because that's disgusting.
I'm a man.
Hold on, I
Tommy.
gotta say hello to the awesome shot real quick as well. Brightest day, first one to pop in today. Glorious base thumbnail. Thank you, man. Absolutely. Brutal Morningwood. I think this might be a good topic for him. I believe he. Anyway, his favorite part is they're all holding a great pair. That's right. They most certainly are. I said hello to people. We have Iceman Modeler. I think a new name here. Nice art. Thank you very much. Lasso of Truth in the house. Walton
What's
saying
up,
hello
sweetheart?
to everybody, which is great. And that Vinny always hits it. That's right. So
That's what you said. And I didn't interrupt your intro. I was very professional about it. Didn't interrupt. I really wanted to just unmute.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Always hit.
All right, all right.
I mean, does he hit it or does he hit it?
He hits it like hard. You know what I mean? Penetrates it. You know.
guys, watch out while I whip this thing out. So we're gonna get into it now, and that whole thing with Todd. And we had Bleeding Cool, I believe, grabbed the article or made this article and had a whole discussion about it. And I'm going to be siding with Bleeding Cool for this fact. I know the actual numbers.
Mhm.
A lot of people on like the Twitter thread where they were going off on Bleeding Cool. Oh yeah, like you've been in the toy business for 30 years, blah, blah, blah. Todd knows what he's talking about. Todd doesn't know what he's talking about because Todd, his figures always sold out. I'm going to repeat that. His female figures always sold out.
Wow.
Now, the big conversation here, everyone keeps bringing up a Rose Tico or a Raylo nonsense.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you
Characters.
right now, shitty characters attached to a dying franchise is not what you base this conversation on.
Yeah, it's flawed comparisons.
It's completely flawed. And McFarlane had issues in the beginning with a lot of his figures as well. Because as the detail was getting better, they were still trying to hone like the plastic, how they peg certain, let's say it's a character that has a lot of armor and whatnot, how to get those like without breaking off all the time in the figures. There was always QC problems. And
Wow.
I know a lot of you guys who collect NECA figures, there's a lot of the same QC issues because those are former McFarlane people.
There's a lot
Do
of
I
pegging
even
going
need-
on with
do
these
I
new
need-
characters.
I was going to say, Vinny, do I even need to get started with NECA again after that horrible Johnny Lawrence figure that we just showed
The
yesterday?
Ninja Turtle.
man.
with the-
If we got time, if we got time later, yes, that figure, holy crap, it's
That
like
was terrible.
Flipper
It's like
baby.
he was in-
so-
well, it was
There
like
was
he
some
was in the
pegging
Misery
going on
movie.
there.
It's like he was in the Misery movie. His
yeah.
ankles are like,
Hammer time.
but
Oh.
yeah, getting back into this stuff. So yeah, Todd had his issues in the beginning, and it also comes down to design, comes to the popularity of a character. These are other contributing factors to if a figure is going to sell well. Is it sexy? Does it look like a character in a potato sack? These all come into the picture when it comes to this stuff.
Do you have
Now,
to
I'm gonna
question
tell
the
you right
character's
now.
pronouns?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we biologists? Can we say that those are women?
Yes, we can. We're all biologists here, Chris.
Yes.
I
Trust the
remember
science.
I remember running into a 6-year-old boy. He was definitely a biologist, and somebody put the meme up on Twitter today. Guys have penises and girls have vaginas. The kid knew he was a biologist.
That's amazing.
Kindergarten cop.
Amazing.
Yeah, wasn't his father a gynecologist? In the movie, anyway.
Yeah.
God.
Just
No,
all the way in, brother. All the way in. Great
Just
Yeah.
discussion.
something to add with figure possibilities. just
What's that?
looking at the crew you have up here at the table.
Oh yeah.
Even from like a diorama and prop potential, like
Mhm.
imagine like a poison ivy like thing with like a flower, like our Venus
Oh.
flytrap she's sitting on, or Bud and
Mm.
Lou for Harley, or the Godslayer sword for Wonder.
Th-
Come on,
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Chris. Because these are the conversations we used to have when we were in studio. We'd be like, how can we add more to these characters? If it's extra accessories, if it's extra items that you could put in there, weapons, whatnot. And that all went out the window because Todd is outsourcing to China. You can see it across the board. You could tell. And because the technology is getting better with the digital sculpting, it's literally their digital files and they're sent over there. And then they put like all the joints and stuff in there.
Vinny, when you were I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, when I was working there, the process was this. I would draw and design these characters, what they were going to look like. We sometimes had a back and forth with Todd first, or even after we showed them the drawings, and they would usually get greenlit right at that stage. So then it would go into the sculpting department, and they would flesh out the figure in clay, start to get some details down. They didn't go too much into the details until they talked with Todd, because usually he either like we just start discussing like where the joints are going to be, because at the time he hated articulation. He loathed it. He wanted little statues, little affordable statues, is what he always used to say. There's toys everywhere. We're doing a fixed figures. I don't know. I don't know why he speaks the way he speaks. But anyway,
wants to make Hummels? Like what's going on here?
I don't know, maybe he was dropped on his head as a kid. Allegedly, I don't know. But I always used to say he's like an idiot savant. Like I don't know, something about him, like dumb luck. Things would just fall into his lap, right? And he's done a lot of things where he got into big trouble. He had a number of lawsuits that were out there and about. But getting back to the figures anyway, he would get super picky about things. He never wanted certain joints, like if you're going to have articulation on the head, don't slice the neck. He had weird little quirks. He didn't really like ball jointed figures. He had a lot of issues back then. And we slowly started to convince him that, we needed more articulation. Because at the time, me and the other people working in the studio, we were getting into like Japanese figures and the Japanese imports. And they had multiple points of articulation. They invented different ways of doing things. And we were able to sneak some of that into a few of his lines of figures, which was great. Tommy, what's going on there?
Tom, we need to see your bathroom.
Those are his toys.
Walt, you're just jealous that the guinea pigs are bigger than you are.
I just learn how to wipe. Come on, man. You got it all over the place. Vinny, when you were working on these characters, like how important was making the female characters like sexy or how?
Okay, here's where a lot of arguments came into play. So if they were too sexy, there was always pushback. And the excuse was always, we can't sell them in Toys R Us or KB. And we know for a fact KB pushed the envelope with a lot of things, because I believe there was even some of the darker figures ended up being sold in KB Toy Store at the time. But when it came down to it, I don't know what the hell it was. Todd was always afraid of it. And I'm going to bring up some examples as well. So like some of the figures that I had worked on, I worked on this Dark Age Viking line. And like I was responsible for this entire line, this whole wave. And we had a couple of different figures in here.
That's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, man. And this was the 2-up. So this guy was like a 1/6 scale figure, a little bit bigger. So he was like about 12 to 14 inches. And I wish they released some of these like that, but because when they shrink them down, they lost a lot. But
they
again,
lose detail in the mold, I guess.
Yeah, that too. Because the way that China, like they downscaled them. But again, things were different back then. The process is different. That Iceman modeler, he says that he works in ZBrush, and that's it. Because a lot of these things too, like video game properties, you could take the model from the game and actually send it over. So that's why you get accuracy like you do now. But back then, this was mostly done. They sculpted it by hand, and it usually went through a bunch of different hands. So you get tons of different details because different people were working on different things. So there was somebody who was specifically had to do like the knee pads, the boot. Another guy had to do like the rivets in there. Yeah, it's really interesting how it kind of broke down.
Wow. I mean, how many people work on one figurine?
Like something like this guy, maybe 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which it's interesting because the sculptor who was working on this one actually did almost the entire figure, and then the extra details were put in later. And usually at that point, some changes happen. So it might be Todd himself who goes, "Oh, could we do this? Could we add that? Remove this or that?" And other times it's also the sculptors that just they want to add a little extra. You know, another skull over here, another item over there. You know, but for the most part, they kind of retain everything the way that it's supposed to be from the original designs. But there's other figures that actually went through a different process. This is another one. Oh, for this whole line, it wasn't just the 6 figures and the horse that was the box set with that spawn, but we had to do alternate versions. So each figure had another variant to them. So a different paint job and either a different head sculpt or different accessories. So that was kind of cool.
Sword.
I know, Chris. I was
He's got a Zweihander.
Lord.
Yeah. Dude, there was
gorgeous.
There was a lot of crazy stuff that happened. But for a second too here. So like this figure in particular, the way that we broke things down, because we saw a few of like the Trigon figures. And there was this one he was a massive figure. He was like kind of purple color or like maroon, something like that. And he had these giant like Gatling guns over his fist. He had a joint in his waist that the way that it's cut was diagonal. So you could either get him kind of crunching in one way, and then when you pull him back, he goes all the way back in the opposite direction. So we put that into this figure. So like we were trying to hide some joints and see what Todd thought. And that's why, like, you see, like this grouping of buckles and stuff over here.
I was going to ask about that. You say that Todd didn't like the joints, the way that they looked.
Right. So we had to play around. And the other crazy thing, like this figure, and it bugged me. He needed proper ball joints, and one of the guys decided to do a different hinge joint since he had these big kind of shoulder pad things with the fur. And he did this weird joint where you could even see right here. There's a gap in between there. It was some kind of weird double hinge thing. It was ugly and stupid. But for the figure itself, you could hide it with the fur. But if you want a natural movement, you got to put ball joints.
Yeah. We don't like gaps.
Yeah. So like there was always something we were trying to figure out with these things. But moving forward to the female figure. Oh yeah, this was the alternate version.
Damn, dude.
This was the alternate version to this guy.
He's got like a bronze or gold sword versus like the iron or steel.
This is incredible.
This is funny too. So this design that I did, Todd was always referring to this guy as the Spawn in the line, and it wasn't. The Spawn was the guy I showed you with the big axe. And everyone started calling this guy the Spawn of the line. It wasn't. This thing was called the Skull Splitter. And this figure actually, my design made it to the cover of like his the comic book that broke records. What was the issue that broke all of the independent records? One of the artists had drawn this character in the foreground with a bunch of different spawns behind them. And I laughed my ass off. I'm like, that's not even a spawn, but it's my design. So my design made it on his record-breaking cover, which was hilarious. So this is the female figure in the line. So this was the Valkyrie. Now, this thing was going to be absolutely more epic than you see here. And yes, it was more on the sexy side. The skirt was a little bit different, and she did not have this kind of shirt thing on there. She basically had just the giant cross that was over her chest.
Nice.
We were trying to base it. There was a Dark Age comic series that they did for Spawn, and it was loosely based on that. But I want to add more to it, and we kind of expanded the line into something else. But yeah, they said KB Toys, they were going to shit a brick. They didn't want it.
Wow.
And I'll tell you right now, it never got to that stage. Todd stepped in. He stepped in, and they changed it.
Damn.
And that's what sucks. Because even at that point, too, they didn't have a lot of issues with KB. In fact, they released that Dawn figure, Michael Linsner, is that his name? That character Dawn with the tears on like the three. They did a figure of her, and she had a clear chest piece that you could see nipples through.
That's a character I can get behind.
And most people would crack that off, so you could see her bare tits. And that was released and they released it I think twice, if I remember correctly.
That's a couple releases.
So yeah, so that was bullshit. That was a
Mhm.
whole bullshit thing. And these figures
is.
always sold out. So don't tell me what sells and what doesn't sell. If you make a female figure that's sexy or looks really great, that's like any other figure. If it's a popular character, if they're done well, they will make money.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I want to see. I mean, when I go out, first, I love female characters. And if I'm going to go buy something that I want it to look brilliant, I want it to look feminine, sexy. I mean, and for my opinion, I like sexy characters. That's what I'm going to be looking for. I mean, the quality has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Because it's a damn shame when they don't do it the way that they're supposed to. Yeah, here's what the figure looked like in package. And again, like it loses a little bit between what the 2-up was versus what the figures.
I can see what you mean, yeah.
But even still, like, and the way we designed it, we had certain joints in here. You can see there's a diagonal in her arm, so you can get her into the bent position, or you can get it, straight. Same thing with the other arm. But like we wanted to do something more, and like Todd was against it. I was trying to get ball jointed stuff happening there, but again, it's like fighting with a brick wall. You're not going to win, and that's the thing. It's crazy because now all of his figures, they're multi-jointed, and a lot of them have like these ugly joints too. Or he does what I call now the diaper, right? So I could show you really quick. I picked up one of his female figures to review recently because I wanted to get into this conversation regardless, and then I found out he did that interview. So it's what I call the diaper effect. So he's got this rubbery piece that's around here, and you could tell like the plastic is lifting on it.
Wow.
Like it's ridiculous. And these are like QC issues that should be addressed from the get-go, and they don't do it.
Oddly enough, Vinny, that's what Tommy looked like when he was walking.
In a diaper?
Yeah.
Yeah, the diaper,
the diaper effect.
Yeah, keep talking shit, Shorty. You know what? For somebody who I had to keep stepping over because you kept getting in the way with your short little legs pumping around all over the place, you sure got a lot to say.
Well, you were very excited. Stop trying to hump a man's chest.
You were trying to hump every tree on the way there. I'm surprised that we made it to that service on time.
I was stuck in the car with you for hours at a time. And, I've never seen someone drive with their bush. All right. Manscaped. I'm sorry. Go ahead. John.
Whoa. Holy crap, guys. That's a personal conversation between you and the Iceman modeler. He says, the molding and casting is the most annoying part. Yeah. And that's the thing there was a whole division for the molding and casting department. And it's crazy how things worked, especially back then, because the sculptors would do the clay, get it to as far to a point that they could. They'd bring it to the mold shop, and then they have like this weird kind of mixture of clay, carnauba wax, and something else. So it would be a much harder kind of material, and then they would take like a jeweler's tool, and they would like burn in more detail into these figures. That's kind of how the process was.
Okay.
And those things were harder and harder to come by because they were like that machine itself, like if it would break, there was big troubles there because again, very, very difficult to get your hands on one of those jeweler's waxers.
Hey, Vinny, you want to hear something funny?
What's that?
So I just got a delivery. And I think it's kind of funny because the delivery I got, I'm pretty sure it actually pertains to today's subject.
Oh, does it?
Okay.
Some of the old school stuff.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Oh, you got the Max? Hell yeah, man. Those are the old school ones for sure. What was that, like the second or third series? Something like that. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
But yeah, see, he's been in this business for a while, and I got to say there were issues for a good number of years as well. He had female characters like Angela. He ended up losing the rights to that character. We could discuss that another time as well between him and Neil Gaiman. Yeah, Malboja. Look at that. That was the first one,
brother.
Yeah, like I was saying before, Todd Toys.
Yep. Yeah, it was Todd Toys, and he changed it to TMP, Todd McFarlane Productions, and I think now it's just McFarlane Toys. But it's all spawn.com. You go over there.
That's awesome, Tommy.
But getting back into all this stuff. So every time he would release maybe one female figure every couple lines or something, people were getting pissed. And we started to convince him to do at least one female figure per wave. We wanted more because they always did sell out. Mm-hmm. And he had an opportunity to do one of his characters, to that Angela figure, in a better way, and he didn't do it. He ended up getting sued by Neil Gaiman because there was a whole issue that happened between a character that Neil Gaiman created called Miracle Man and Todd wanting to make statues and toys of him, and Gaiman saying no. So I'm just giving you kind of the gist of what was going on. And Gaiman said, if you do that, I will sue you and I will take your characters. Because Neil Gaiman, he created or co-created, I think it was full creation, or like maybe 75%. He created Angela, that warrior angel character. He also helped co-create the medieval Spawn, and I believe Cogliostro, they call him Cog in the book. Anyway, those three characters, Neil Gaiman ended up suing him for, and Gaiman won. So to do a double slap in Todd's face, because Todd went ahead and he released that Miracle Man figure and statue, Neil Gaiman was extra pissed, so he sold Angela to Marvel. And Angela is now in the hands of Marvel Comics. And I know he did that just to spite Todd, because Todd was always adamant and always wanting to screw over Marvel at some point, which is funny because it's the company that made him. And then Todd had gone very woke, that a lot of people don't realize it. But yeah, he's very, very left leaning.
Vinny, why was it so? I mean, to your mind, what was it? Why was it so difficult for you guys to get him to release more female characters?
I think this is a psychological issue with Todd. There was something about the female figures. I'm sorry. He always had problems. Like, it was always him. I don't want to do a female figure. He would have like this spaz attack, and we never could understand why. He's married. He's got kids. Like, what's the problem? What had happened to him?
Did he have like a misery episode somewhere in his past?
I honestly don't know, because it's not the argument that they don't sell, because they did. Further proof is, I'll bring up right now, the Danger Girl figures.
Yeah, try buying this somewhere.
Oh yeah, hold on, hold that up. Let's see. Hold that up one more time, buddy.
Baylet.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there were.
Yeah, she could talk down to me.
And a figure like he has in his hands right now, that thing could be going anywhere from $60 to about $200 to $300.
Really?
Yeah, easily. Yes. Yeah, if
Wow.
that plastic is not damaged whatsoever, it's going to fetch a high price. And Stephen, everybody talks down to you.
He couldn't resist it.
I'm sorry. I used to imitate him in the office as well.
Oh damn!
I got caught a couple of times, and I just laughed harder.
There's also Svathun or Svathun.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
She's a little bit easier to get, and I'll tell you why. If you could bring a little closer to the camera, this figure has full pants.
Yep.
Collectors do not like that. If they want to have a female warrior figure or something who's sexier looking, they don't want
legs.
That. I'll tell you right now. We've had this conversation. We've talked to people. We did a lot of work when we were there. It wasn't just designing the figures and having those little conversations in office. We would go to comic stores. We would talk to collectors. We would try to see what they wanted. This is why his figures were amazing at a certain point. You know, he had a good, I'd say, 6 or 7 years straight that those figures were always selling out. Everything was amazing. You know, she's still an okay figure for what she is, but she's a little bit easier to get. The ones that are harder to get are like the other one he showed, where there's that one who is literally like she's chained to a wall.
Oh, yeah, the elite.
Yeah, the sexier the figure, the harder it is to find. And it tells you, because these figures actually do sell. And this, I don't think, was released in regular stores. It was mostly comic book shops and online stores, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, beautiful stuff right there.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. One of my most favorite figures that they've done was this Egyptian princess character who was like on a bunch of treasure, and like she was kind of on one knee. Gorgeous piece, like the paint applications, the sculpt, everything. And yeah, there are Yeah. See, I'm really surprised that this got through. This was after I had left. But yeah, I am really surprised that this got through because Todd, he's notorious for covering up these characters.
She kind of reminds me of Deja Thoris or Princess Leia in the slave outfit.
Oh, for sure, man.
Chris,
That's like an awesome sculpt.
Chris, I would love to come and oogle at your characters and then play video games.
Right. And see, this is what I'm talking about, man. They had stuff and they let it all go out the window. The first line he did, this is the closest you'll get to a full wave of female figures that he did. He did the Danger Girl stuff. And J. Scott Campbell gave specific drawings. He broke down everything. We weren't involved in the design process because he wanted this. And it's actually he had an old sketchbook that came out around that time too, like maybe a year after these figures came out. And he has the breakdown of these figures in his sketchbook. And again, so this is like they were released single carded first, and he had the base on here with the snake, like the extra pieces, snake, all these little extra jungle pieces, all that stuff. These things,
dioramas.
Yeah, these were amazing. They sold out. Sidney Savage, it was another one with kind of Australian theme because that's like what that character was. These are the ones that are all kind of like James Bond type of inspired characters.
Hell yeah! And
they did so well that he ended up releasing this kind of they call them like the fish tank versions.
Yes.
So yeah, like you get them all in one shot like that.
That's awesome.
And there was there was the one male character, the big Yahtzee looking guy, Major Maxim. And these figures were beautiful, and it showed you that you could get an artist style into plastic form because a lot of people were afraid of doing it around that point. They didn't think you could do it. No, they proved that they could. The worst one I think was this Natalia one because her head was really oddly shaped.
Hey, Vinny, real quick, I want to say hail to our international audience. Sam Rogers is watching at 5:30 in the morning where he is. Thank you very much for being
brother.
here.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, man. Hell yeah. Dude, awesome. Yeah, because I want to get into the toy discussion because, again, Todd made a very stupid statement that is false. And I saw a whole bunch of fans jumping all over it and thinking that they know what they're talking about. They're wrong. Todd has a personal vendetta against making female figures.
He said, "You're wrong.
You're wrong." So his main issue, this whole thing, his argument, because right now he's got the DC line, is he believes that his Batman figures, if he releases 50 Batman figures, they will all sell. That's his thing. And instead of doing characters that people actually wanted or would fit a full wave, earn their wave, their collection, and that's why I originally brought up these characters because he has not done. Again, he's got 2.5, almost 3 years now that he's had this license, and he has not done all these characters. He did maybe 2 or 3 of them, in different versions. So we'll break down the Catwoman first. He had one Catwoman figure, which I'm holding right now, based on the movie, and this is a far cry from what this figure should be. Oh yeah. There's also inaccuracies in her look. Because someone else pointed it out on my review in the comment section, they did this figure with 2 different heads, right? Right there, he's ripping off fans. One, because you could just give her an alternate head, put it in the packaging. Same thing with the whip. He's got it coiled up and the one that's extended. This one came up with the coiled one that you can't do anything with. It's garbage.
Oh damn!
What?
Yeah, literally on my review, I just this is shit and I throw it because it is. It most certainly is, but. Again, I want to break this down for some people as well because there's a lot of arguments here and there. Now, these looks in the movie, she had the mask rolled to a certain point where you could actually see her mouth as well. They never did that version. There's one she has it completely taken off. They never did that version. Like, it makes no sense why he made the choices he did. Plus, this figure is almost impossible to find as well. And you have Walmart, you have Target with these giant stands filled with these movie versions, and if you're lucky, you could find maybe one of these if you go at the right time of the day. Because the scalpers also take them and they sell them online, so they'll clean them out.
Markup. Yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So let's go over it. We only had one Catwoman figure from him, and again, it is what it is. We had, I think, 2 Batgirl figures now. Possibly 3. No, 2. I think it was 2. And again, she still sells, but out of all of them, He's picking ones that are covered up or that he could cover up head to toe. That shows no cleavage, no sexiness whatsoever. This is the sad state that we're in. Then we'll come to Wonder Woman. He's got multiple versions of Wonder Woman. Now, the ones that he's been releasing are grotesque-looking figures.
Oh, no.
They're based off of either really horrible comic books that are out there right now, like the Metal line. She's got this big chainsaw.
The masculine one.
Yeah, masculine. She's an oversized figure.
Not a Gal Gadot one?
Yeah, it's all that multiverse crap that he's doing the figures on.
Well, hold on 1 second. Let me get into the rest of this. There's one specifically with shaved hair on the sides and a mohawk.
Oh, mental illness haircut.
Yeah, and they go, how come those were sitting in stores for a while? The female figures don't sell. You're retarded, Todd. He had the Gal Gadot figure that they were supposed to release off the Snyderverse stuff. And the face was okay for what it was. Paint application was okay. The body looked like garbage. They purposely did not put any curves in the legs. They made them extra long. It looked terrible. And every collector said, fuck that figure. They wanted her to complete the line of Justice League, and they said no.
What's the name of the one where she's in the total gold outfit with the wings?
Oh, yeah. That stupid armor. It's from 1984 from that movie.
Yeah.
What's up, Oliver? Yeah, we're talking toys today. Yeah, that figure was also a crappy one. But guess what? That's still sold. It's still sold. The only figure that I really saw sitting on the pegs for a while was a version of Batman from I believe it was that Metal line where they had all these different Bruce Waynes from different multiverses. That's where you got the Joker who laughs.
Oh, the Asian Wang Wayne. Yeah.
Well, there was one that was literally, it was the Aquaman version, but they made it female. So it was a female Bruce Wayne who's covered in like a pantsuit essentially with this weird monocle thing on its eye, a horrible design, and no regular collector. If you're not collecting the comic book, you'll have no clue who this character is. And that's like one that was sitting on pegs forever. So that's where your issues are. If you're releasing ugly figures that nobody knows and you cover them up completely, they won't sell. Now,
look. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, now, if you look at this lineup, how come there wasn't a Black Canary?
All right.
That's a character with fishnets. She's shapely. And if you didn't want to show arms, that extra skin, you could even give her leather jacket, that look, and it'll still work because she has skin tight outfit and she's got a hot look. Why not?
Voluptuous.
She's a biker
Exactly. You got Zatanna. How come there's no figure of her? Same deal. Supergirl. Why have we not seen a proper Supergirl? The classic look, red skirt. Why have we not seen this character?
They're afraid of femininity, man.
That's attached to the Superman lineup. Why isn't she Poison Ivy?
Poison Ivy would be amazing.
You could do so much with that character. And like you were saying, diorama base, you could do something extra. Go above and beyond. No, what was his big thing? I want a big clunky Batman character. Got the Batman in the metal suit. For $20, look at all the plastic you get. What are you talking about, Todd? The hell are you talking about?
Oh,
he always reminded me of that character from the Animaniacs, the Chicken Boo.
Oh, yeah.
He wears disguise to look like normal guys, but he's not a man. He's a chicken. That's what he reminded me of. Then you got Harley Quinn. This is the best. This one makes me laugh. So he released one version of her in this costume, but it was the animated version, and that figure was completely out of scale. She was bigger than Batman. I shit you not. And those figures were kind of big too. The animated version of Batman, he's got wide shoulders, the really skinny legs.
Yeah, Bruce.
She was either the same height or just a little bit taller than him. I saw them in the stores. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Her head was gigantic too on top of it. They gave her the big melon head. They didn't even do a nice version of her. I'm like, this is garbage. So many versions of her you could do, and they dropped the ball across the board, which would, I'll tell you right now, would sell out overnight. You can't even get pre-orders on it. Would be if he did the Suicide Squad look from the first movie.
Daddy's Little Nightmare or whatever.
Right. He did No, I'm saying with that whole what is it, Daddy's Little Monster shirt?
Yeah, and the baseball bat and the
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
pants.
So the blondie look, basically. Like,
Yeah.
if they had done that version, because there's a couple companies that did, and those things sold out across the board.
Mhm.
SH Figure Arts did one. I need to find it. If I can find it, I'll do a review on it, and I'll break it down. I think you got like Figure of the Year when it came out as well. So
Nice.
do not tell me female figures don't sell.
Mhm.
Bullshit. Further proof, you have the G.I. Joe Classified series,
Oh yeah.
Baroness. Tommy.
Mm.
You're looking for the Baroness. Could you find her anywhere?
Oh no, absolutely not. That
No.
was sold out. Thank God
They
I don't have
released
to
her
worry
twice.
about that anymore. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I got that Megatron Hiss tank that comes with the Baroness on the way, so I don't have to worry
Oh,
about
nice.
that.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I saw that. The Transformer slash.
That looks killer.
Nice.
But again, see, companies doing it right. So, and again, Hasbro across the board too. Marvel Legends, their figures are amazing, and they're very hard to get as well. I had picked up. I think I did the review on it as well. I did the Scarlet Witch from the Disney Plus show, right?
Mhm.
She's got pants on. That figure is still impossible to find. Who could you find though? If you go like on eBay, I think Hasbro has their site. You can get Vision. You can find Vision. You can't find
Mhm.
Scarlet Witch.
That's crazy.
Anything that even remotely resembles either one of the characters from the movies or is sexy, good luck finding them. That other figure I reviewed, what the hell's her name? Tigra.
Mhm.
I had that orange kind of character in like a bikini essentially. I talked to the guys at Best Buy. They said, "Oh yeah, we got that figure in about 3 times." He said all 3 times they sold out like that.
Wow.
Like that. Don't tell me female figures don't sell. Bullshit. What doesn't sell is horrible characters. They won't sell. Your Rose Ticos won't sell because they gave her a mow haircut. They put her in a potato sack. And then they try to push that character like she was something in the movies. And she turned out to be nothing. Absolutely nothing.
She's in that
Well,
E.T. Atari ditch.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
look at the Cara Dune figure. How quickly that sold
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even find like those. Yeah, good luck finding those.
Yeah.
After Disney screwed her over.
Yeah.
Hail to Glizner. Hail GAP Stargate. Thank you guys for being here.
Hail, guys. Yeah, sorry. I'm starting to go on a bit of a rant, so I'm missing the chat here and there. Yeah. But yeah, even Last So True. It's a 10 is
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
hey, what about? I noticed in one of your images you had a figure that I have, and the image that you have is a different version than the figure that I have because mine is covered up.
Yes, I'll get into it in a minute. Give me a
All
sec too. Let me finish this one because this is hilarious. So, all right, we were on Harley Quinn.
Yes.
They won't do the version everybody wants. He did the one from the sequel movie with the red dress, the big baggy dress. Well, guess what? That figure sold.
Yep.
You know, I never saw those figures in stores. I think I saw the shark maybe once, that big shark character, maybe once. That was it.
I thought he was a build a character.
They did 2 versions. He was a Build a Wave, and then they did him like in kind of like how we had the Swamp Thing. They released them.
Okay.
I think they gave him different shorts, a different paint job, and like extra accessories or something.
Hey,
But,
Gap. What's up, Gap?
Stallone.
What's up, Gap? But yeah, so Harley Quinn. Now you have multiple versions of this character you could do. You could do this particular look from the comic book version, not the animated. Put her in scale, she will sell out, guaranteed. I've seen it already with DC Direct. You could do the Margot Robbie versions. Nope. The other one I think they did, and I'm not sure if it came out. They might have pulled it before it got released. They did her with the gold overalls from the Emancipation of Ridiculous, whatever the hell it was called. That stupid
suit.
movie. Where it looked like a 5-year-old cut her hair. Like, again, the ugly look.
Well, wasn't that the emasculation of the viewers? But you know
Yes.
what? I'm actually surprised they never did. How come they never got a licensing to do the ones from the Arkham series? Because the Harley and that one.
Oh
freaking
yeah.
banging.
Oh, dude.
All the character designs were awesome in that.
Thank you, Tommy. They do have the license for Arkham. Todd has the license to do any DC property. Any. We're talking video game, movie, comics, game, you name it, he could do it. And they've been making the stupidest choices imaginable. Stupidest. Because he released multiple figures already. He did, I think, 2 versions of the Joker from the Arkham series. He released 2 different versions of Batman from, I think, the Arkham Asylum and then Arkham Knight. They're doing the newer version to that video game that's coming out soon, that Gotham Knights. He's doing those characters.
What about Injustice?
He could do it. Injustice. I think they did a couple of characters from that, if I'm not mistaken.
That had some amazing character designs.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. But again, he keeps doing the weirdest shit. I reviewed an evil version of Shazam. How come there isn't a regular Shazam or one based off the movie? Why are we getting these other oddball versions of these characters? No other company has hit them, or in this scale or this lineup, he hasn't done them. Why? This is the stupidest thing in the world. And forget about Power Girl. Forget about it. This character will not be made from him because she has one look and it's gigantic hands. And it's this is hilarious. This is part of the character's creation. And this is the beauty of it. So the people who aren't aware, she's a grown-up version of Supergirl. From another dimension or whatnot. And when they were creating this character, this was hilarious because the artists were saying, what are we putting on like the logo? Because they said they didn't want to put the S, the Superman S. So they said, leave it empty for now. So they just did a big circle. And every time the artist was drawing the character, he was like, well, what's going to go on the chest? And they couldn't figure it out. They didn't know. They kept pushing it aside. So the artist, he decided to take his artistic liberties, and he just kept making her tits bigger and bigger every issue. And it got to a point where they went, what the hell are you doing? Why is this character's chest so big? And they stopped it at that point. So she is a naturally big-chested character who's in that white suit, all leggy. They won't do it. They will not do it. They're afraid to do it. And this is what sucks ass. It's a damn shame across the board. And we still haven't had a regular comic book version of Wonder Woman yet.
Oh, Linda Carter.
Linda Carter. Perfect example.
Yeah, Gap mentioned.
How come hold on a second. How come there isn't Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman figure?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the closest they ever came to a Linda Carter figure was the old Mego ones that they did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
it was like a Barbie doll.
It's also true.
Well, they just recently started redoing a lot of those old ones too.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the crazy thing with all this stuff, and it's really, really annoying. But we're going to jump into real quick, too, here. All right, so I went to Target recently, and this is kind of what I normally see if I walk by Target. So what's on the peg here? We have Flash. This is another version of the Justice League one. You could get him anytime. You can walk in. There's always at least one sitting on the stands. Then you have Batman hazmat suit. Because what collector doesn't want a hazmat suit version of Batman? Then we have the multiverse version, the Batman Bruce Wayne unmasked. Because, again, we have a guy in a potato sack costume who doesn't even look like the actor.
Nope.
The paint job's disgusting. The sculpt is gross. Well, I wonder why they have three of them sitting on the pegs. We'll come down here. Now you have the Red Hood, which I think this is the one that's based off the video game. It's either the video game or the comics. They did two versions of Red Hood. So there's two of them you could find. But what do we see in the box? We don't see guns. The character known for guns. We have finger guns.
Oh, my God. You were kidding. Holy crap.
I was not kidding.
Oh, my God.
I was not kidding. Because Warner Brothers said across the board, if you're releasing figures like this, you're not allowed to depict guns. Why?
His character's hallmark is his guns.
This is a left-leaning propaganda thing.
Wow.
This
is gonna finger bang him?
Yeah, and okay, I'm gonna go. All right, see, yeah, no guns. What the exactly?
Yeah, this is insane.
Exactly. Now this is the other argument. Like, so we have the female figures, and now we have the gun issue. And this for him to bend the knee like this, pussy. I'm just saying, you're pussy. You're
no
pussy.
Minimize the property.
Because there are other companies that are releasing DC properties. Because he's got the license for this 6 to 7 inch scale or whatever. So no one else could really hit those.
What the hell is this? What are you kidding me?
But we have figures that are either smaller than them or a larger scale. We also have statues where they have guns, they have other weapons. They could do it. Todd bent the knee.
He's so like, bang, 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 bang.
Todd's so independent, blah, blah. No.
Shocking.
He wants to make money. And for him, he doesn't want to lose this license, so he's going to continue doing this. And what are we going to get? Guess what? He's going to start to lose money.
Oh, look.
Because he's got gold label hazmat suit. So for people who weren't paying attention, we have a hazmat suit version, and now we have the gold label. The gold label is supposed to be harder to get. There was about 5 of them, I think, there, because there was a couple down here. There was the ones up here. And this is supposed to be a harder to get figure.
Yeah, there's multiple ones sitting there. Meanwhile, look what's next to him.
Because I'm telling you, Batman sells. Batman sells. No, Batman doesn't always sell. And then what do we have? We have one Batgirl figure sitting here. This is the second time that they made one. They did one based off of Sean Murphy's White Knight series. That specific design. And now there was this one from the Three Jokers. And on the side of the box says the Three Jokers. So she's part of a specific set. Mm-hmm. Still, not easy to find. There was one sitting there. I really, again, I'm not a big fan of Batgirl in general, so I wasn't looking to get the figure. I don't know. People want me to review one. I'm sure I could still get one, but right now I don't need it. Doesn't matter. But these are the figures.
I like Batgirl. I like that outfit. That's nice.
Yeah, no, it's all right for what it is, for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
she's overpowered in Injustice.
Yeah. Well, and it's closer to kind of like the original design, but I know I could already see issues with this figure because they used a lot of reuse of the other figure. So she's got the gigantic, ugly ball joints in the wrists. She's got rubber diaper syndrome. She's got big joints by the ankle.
Timberlands on.
Exactly. The feet are extra large because for some reason he keeps wanting to do these toe joints. There's no real reason for these toe joints. I'm going to be honest right now. Collectors don't give a rat's ass about it. What they want is upper rotation in the thigh, so you can get these characters in more natural poses. Look at this. This looks odd the way that she's standing here. You know?
I don't even sleep like that.
Right. And then you got these bigger
irritable bowel syndrome.
Right. And then they go with these bigger, clunkier looking things. So she's supposed to have like that little grapnel gun, but they had to go bigger because it's too much like a gun. So they got to do this.
It kind of looks like what was that plunger that they had out in like the 90s where it looked like a big handle on the end? It looks like that plunger gun.
But more or less, like that looks like a Harley Quinn weapon, right? All right, she's walking around with a blow dryer. Yeah. I'm sure she's gonna jump off of rooftops with a blow dryer. Get out of here.
Up bathroom.
But finger guns. They normally have them here as well. They didn't have them that time. The Penguin from the Batman movie. Also, finger guns. That's what they do. Yeah. And
all they have to do is include an umbrella. It doesn't even have to look like a gun. It's just assumed.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Like
so stupid.
You could do something different. Well, they went with their own artistic liberties with the Catwoman figure. So yeah, why not? You could have thrown an umbrella in there, even if you didn't have one in the movie.
Well, the umbrella gun is like that's the traditional weapon for him. I mean,
well, it's umbrella everything. It's not just a gun, so you could use it for.
So hold on, we're going to get into something else real quick as well. Chris has mentioned before. So he showed that female samurai figure, and this is the original version of that female samurai figure.
I feel disappointed. Check it out. Look at the compare and contrast.
Pretty cool looking.
What's different about this?
What's different?
I don't know. We need to see them side by side. Let me see. Oh,
she got the
legs up.
She got the Mad Max. Yeah, she got the Mad Max pants on.
She's got some Lululemons, and versus like that.
Well, that is sexy right there.
Yeah. What the hell? Like
this this is the argument that we were talking about. Why would you do this? And this was right before the figure was released. So there was a handful that did get out. I seen them in packaging that actually have this look. And then everything else was what Chris has in his hand.
Yeah, and her hands are even different. They like made it so that her sword goes across her chest now instead of her stomach. And like, what the hell's up with that?
Yeah, that could also be the plastic just warping as well.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. There's QC issues that they have across the board with this stuff. This is what always irritated the shit out of me completely. And this is the other funny thing too. I had dug out the Onimusha line out of the garbage when I got there. And it was the sequel game. It wasn't the first game. There were never figures made of the first game. Why? Because Todd passed on it. Why did Todd pass on it? This is a Capcom property. Because they said, you know what, we could do our own samurais. And they did this whole line of them. And I had this discussion. Hold on, I'll pull that up too. Yeah. So yeah, again.
This guy broke too. Like, wow.
Oh yeah, because the plastic they used. They're the way that they did the mushroom joints, they would snap off when you go to turn the arms.
God damn it.
Yep. This happened all the time. Well, for a second there, I thought Chris was happy to see us.
Stupid.
I just said the tail go up first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I don't remember. I think his shoulders are similar to that other spawn I talked about. Yeah, that dude.
This one?
Yeah. Does he have weird
Yeah.
robot joints under there?
Yeah, he's got like a broken arm.
Oh, there you go.
It's just like disintegrated in my hand.
That's
I'm sure I
quality
could
right there.
pop it back. Oh, whoa! Even his he's like super loose. Like,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep trying to put things back together, Chris, and the more will fall off of it.
yeah, exactly. It's,
Gab
but-
Stargate.
but
He's all
he's got
thighs.
he's got fur to like little furry things to hide the gap in there.
Yeah.
So
And it's the same idiot who did the joints on that spawn figure. I'm like, that's wrong. That's not the way to go. Give
Don't
proper
keep
joints.
keep showing that fur stuff because Walton's going to get all kinds of agitated.
Oh no. Okay, but anyway, so you got to figure that looked this damn good, and they ruined it by giving her black pants, and this figure still sold like crazy. I talked and they said, "Oh yeah, our samurai line sold out the door." I said, "Now could you imagine if it's attached to a video game franchise that sold like I don't know 8 million copies?" And the guy nearly choked on his lunch when I said that. I said, "Yeah, I think it's time that maybe we jump into doing those figures." So I designed all those figures, and I'll show you some of them here. So yeah, this is like the main character from Onimusha 2.
oh damn.
Yeah, I actually got weapon designs that made it into the video game, including his main katana and the way that everything is designed on it. That was me, and it actually got into the game. He had extra weapons like his bow staff and some cool stuff. But again, and this is also his likeness was based off of an actor who had passed away. It was in a Ridley Scott movie, Black Rain. But yeah, so you had a deceased actor that they put the likeness on him in the game, and they wanted a proper representation. So I'm happy we got these out the door and made it happen. This is the female figure in the line. Now, the sculptor who originally did it did a banging job, and then they passed it off to another shitty sculptor and ruined the face on this thing. Ruined it, I think. It doesn't look anything like the character in the game. They did their own stupid thing to it, and this figure had so many issues. Why? Because they were forcing a specific stance. I said, no, you guys are doing it wrong. She needs a neutral stance, and then you put the articulation in and see where you could get with it. And if we can't, then we gotta rework the way that we do the ball joints, the slide joints, all that stuff, if you want a certain look. But again, they did what they did. These are some of the other figures in the line. But once again, like, look at the face over here. That's different than this face by a lot.
Yeah, a little bit, I'd say.
Yeah, this one looks like she's almost like melting in the packaging. But, and then there was major problems with this figure as well because of the stupid way that they wanted to have that fixed pose.
Oh, look at the leg.
It's like 6 beers later.
Well, look at that leg. It's the Ninja Turtle leg.
No. The leg isn't the issue. You take her out of the package, you can get her into a proper. They'll look okay. It's the arms were the issue, and the shoulder pad thing, which these things would snap off every time you try to move this thing.
Was there a gap there?
Damn.
No, it's the pins that they used were so small because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I'm like, you guys are doing it wrong. Could we do it properly? But no, well, we got to rush these things out the door. I'm like, it's the stupidity from the people at the top that make these decisions where things can work the proper way. We could get better figures. But
do they do that because they're trying to get these figures out quick, or is it just
that was
they don't
that was,
understand the design?
It was one reason. The other reason was Todd was fixated on this pose. He was fixated on it. And I knew I should have never sent that one to him because I did a couple different poses for these characters. I'm like, he's going to pick the worst one. I know he is. And I was right. This is just what they do. Now, this figure, on the other hand, he's one of the best figures in the line. I was super proud. I had so much involvement in this guy. This is Oda Nobunaga. He's an actual character in history as well.
Nobunaga.
That they put into the game. And in the game, he dies and gets resurrected by the
father of modern Japan, I believe.
Yeah, by the Oni. And this thing was cool because I made sure the articulation was so good on him, he could actually get on top of one of the horses that we had
Oh,
So,
sweet.
Wow.
yeah, and it's fantastic. At the time, someone that I know actually worked on the ring wraiths from Toy Biz, and they
Mhm.
had them on the horses, and he fits perfectly on those. If you could ever find,
Well done, Vinny. That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, that is an
Yeah.
awesome figure.
And he also has a beautiful joint in there that's like on the diagonal as well. Yeah, this thing and the likeness too was spot on to the game.
Oh yeah.
I was so happy with this thing. But like I said, I really love that culture, and they ruined it. But
Oh, Cinnabite.
Oh snap!
So
Oh,
this is
hello
this is-
Saturday.
yeah, this is one of the ones that I did for Clive Barker, the Tortured Souls 2 line, and this figure is completely grotesque. They did not have them in main stores. I think KB was starting to go out of business around that time. I think they might have had them, but they were mostly specialty stores and online to get them in comic shops. And this is one of the top designs that I did for them. And I did it to mess with one of the sculptors in there because he had this whole look that he wanted. I'm like, no, because I had. All right, in this line, it was supposed to be the most depraved and crazy things because Clive Barker was attached to it. They knew it was not going to be a main store, so we could do what we want, right? So I had 2 females sewn together. And then I had like that kind of Cenobite stuff about them, some of the peeling of the skin and other things like that.
Right.
And it was beautiful. The design was amazing. I had the sculptors in the fighting department. In the sculptors department fighting over who was going to work on these figures.
Nice.
And it never happened. They pussied out completely. And then they kept coming down going, oh, no, KB doesn't want him or whatever. And I said, bullshit. You guys said that they might not even carry him to begin with, and that's not the target audience for this. It was total bullshit. It's something is wrong with them, and they're afraid to go too sexy or whatever. It had to be more and more torturous, more whatever. So we took one of the designs that I had, and this sculptor was doing what he wanted with it, and I went, no, because that one specific sculptor was a dick. So I wanted to screw with him. I said, you know what? Maybe we'll make an angel. Like I was playing him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna peel open her back." Ooh, that's yeah. And then I put a buzzsaw through her head. He didn't know what hit him. He was like, because he had the hair done a specific way. He was already starting to sculpt them. I'm like, that's not greenlit yet. You can't be doing what you're doing. Because he wanted to surprise them. He wanted to be the favorite in there. And I'm like, fuck you. So we went this route. So she was kind of like a joke character that people ended up loving. Which was actually pretty funny.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So the one that got the entire license, did I have him in here? Shit, I'm gonna save that one. There was one dude that completely ripped open and peeled open. Todd saw the drawing on my desk when he visited, and he was like, you got some sick fucks working here. Let's do it. Then he goes, let's do it. Like the one drawing I did sold the whole thing because he didn't want to give any more money to Clive Barker. Clive Barker, more inside baseball, had no involvement whatsoever in either series.
Really?
They said he wrote the little blurbs, and he did not. We found out it was his lover who ended up writing the stories that went with those.
Oh, damn.
Clive had no involvement in it whatsoever. Just his name. So, oh yeah, here's a full version.
Sometimes just takes a name to sell.
Yep.
Well, that's all it takes now.
That's all it takes. And that shows you the bullshit that's behind all this stuff.
Yep.
So, again, false advertisement in a lot of these places. And that's what I always thought was disgusting when a lot of them do these dirty tactics just to sell these figures, you know? But again, these female figures sell out across the board. As long as you do them properly. If they look shitty or if they're characters that nobody wants, yeah, they're going to sit there like any other figure, like Hazmat Suit Batman that we showed before. No joke. But yeah, see, they didn't want to show the back because of the skin.
Is there muscle back there? Like, is it all skin peeled off muscle?
Yeah, they painted it kind of bloody and veiny.
Nice.
But this was a crazy thing. I was at a horror convention a couple of years ago. There was a cosplayer that recreated this. I think I showed it once before. Sorry, I got to find the photos again. But unbelievable. I don't know how the hell she did it. Yeah, she nailed the entire look. But,
even the piercings on the legs. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All this crap.
Gorgeous.
You know.
Are her feet missing? Are they replaced with clogs, or is that just a perspective?
Yeah. They're removed by right above the ankle.
Oh. Ouch.
Well, it's part of the Tortured Soul series. Right?
Yep.
So, But and again, like, and no one knows what the story was going to be. We were coming up with these things on the spot, and like I had the whole story with the two women that were sewn together. They were like, the embrace was awesome. They were both kneeling down on the kind of like on the floor. It was fantastic. I'm telling you, they loved it. So then I ended up doing like 5 different versions, and one of them ended up turning into the Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz line. That
Really?
She's bound like from behind. They did
bound Dorothy.
Again, the figure did so well, they did a 12-inch version as well.
No
Do
shit.
not tell me these female figures don't sell. Bullshit.
Yeah.
And I know the numbers. So, yeah, all nonsense what they were trying to push and say. But, yeah, so there's kind of a quick rundown of all that stuff and the nonsense that's been going on in the toy community regarding this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know, guys. It's it's bullshit. You telling me he doesn't do a wave of these figures? They wouldn't sell out.
They would, absolutely.
They wouldn't sell out.
Absolutely.
Hey, Vinny, did you see your DM?
Mm-mm.
The Yamaguchi Wonder Woman figure?
No, I did not. Let me. I'll pull it up.
I mean, I would love to see these figures.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I would pick them up.
Well, look at the what is it? The
Why can't this open up?
Bishojo figures. Like I had a boss that had like a cabinet filled with those things, those anime babe figures.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Like
Yeah, believe it.
this is the Western equivalent.
I'm clicking on it, but they won't open up for some reason. But
It won't
I'll
open?
sure-
Oh, damn!
Yeah, I don't know why it's not opening. But Amazing Yamaguchi, they do fantastic figures as well. Japanese imports, multi-jointed.
Look at the sword.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh shit! Hold on, someone's down here. I didn't see. Marinus, how you doing, brother?
Yo.
Hey, how you doing?
I hope you weren't
Hello,
waiting
Marinus.
too long. I just
Yeah,
noticed you.
I mean, I heard you ran from a mile away. I wasn't in the car, so I put my, pedal to the metal, or how you call it, so to get here on time.
Oh, okay, man.
So,
Yeah, because I was going off on these figures and these female ones that, again, Todd claimed certain things. I'm
yeah,
going to tell you right now, I got a Japanese figure right here, one of the SH Figure Arts one
really,
that I'm going to be reviewing at some point soon. This thing, now you can't tell me that this isn't a figure that is amazing and that these people cannot put out. We got Cammy from Street Fighter.
nice.
And you could put this thing in almost any freaking pose. She's got the proper thong, the way she's supposed to look. Because, again, the Japanese companies are not afraid to go there because they know it's going to sell. It's true to the characters from the video game. They have the Capcom license, so Capcom signs off on these. And these things do gangbusters. You know? Like, why can't we do that? And, like, the joints on these things are so freaking cool. There's so much you could do with them to get natural movements and things. So I will be doing reviews on these. I know I've been promising people. I haven't had a chance yet because I'm getting closer and closer to finishing my comic book. Just a couple pages out. Then I got to do all the lettering on it. So we're there. But yeah, man, it is what it is right now in these companies. But I call bullshit on what Todd had said. And I'm telling you, across the board, these figures move. Even the what do you call it? The Captain Carter from the Disney Plus show. Oh, those figures gone, gone, boom. The only
and
thing
guess what? Oh, sorry.
No, go for
I
it.
saw on Twitter. I saw a woman showing off her Captain Carter figure. This isn't something for guys to just like spank it to.
Yeah,
like, attractiveness is a universal thing.
And Todd's argument of boys don't buy girl toys. Boys, children in general aren't really buying these figures. It's the collector's market right now.
Yep.
Right.
You'll have a handful that go in, with their parents or whatever. People who are into this stuff, those kids will be gravitating towards those things. But I'll tell you is what, when I was growing up, I'm like, oh, how come we don't have more of these things? April O'Neil and the Ninja Turtles line. How come she was so hard to get? Or these other things. Tila, they're part of it all. And I'll tell you right now too. Those Masters of the Universe figures, the revelations of the Netflix crap, that cartoon was garbage, those figures sell as well. You can't find the female figures in those lines. Who's sitting on as peg warmers? It's Mossman and He-Man himself. Those are
it's like the figures that I picked up when I picked up the Sorceress and I picked up the Tila figures.
Right.
When I picked them up, They had a few sitting on the shelf. When I came back the next day to see if they got anything else in, all those other versions were gone.
Wow.
They were gone quickly. And as far as the new sorceress they did, because they did the one in her cartoon accurate colors, and then they did one that's supposed to be the Lords of Power, which was the original title for the Masters of the Universe, which the green design that they had the mini comic. When I picked that one up, I think I got lucky because I have never seen another one since. Either that or the cartoon accurate colors.
I've never seen.
They just vanished off the shelves.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. All this shit is really insane. The Iceman model, he says Todd's old school. Again, I worked there. We've had these discussions with him. It's not even old school. It's there's a certain ignorance to it because he doesn't care what these other collectors want. It's what he thinks is cool and what's going to work. And I understand his name's on the company. He's got the right to do that. But don't try to, again, say a stupid statement like he did. The boys who collect these toys turn into serial killers. I don't care if it's a joke or not. It's a retarded statement across the board. Because, again, collectors want these characters.
Yeah.
They've read these characters for decades. They've played them in the video games. You name it. They've seen them on the big screen. They want these characters as well. How many more Batman figures do you need to make? Hazmat suit Batman is not a character that needed to be made, and not a gold label version either.
Yeah,
it's taking it back to the old Toy Biz with the Superheroes Power Collection, where they had a blue Batman, a gold Batman, a gray Batman,
Rainbow Batman. Yeah,
dude, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Black Angus, man, what's up, brother? And that was the downfall of Kenner as well. They didn't. Oh, we got to just put more Batman figures out there. Zebra colored, Arctic version, you name it.
How does that test?
Yeah. And they lost
how is that testing? Like, I mean, that's Bolshevik marketing. If you're not, oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut off.
I mean, it's a bit of a rant, but like this transcends just toys. Like, I mean, more than just toys. This is telling the consumer what they should want.
Exactly.
You know, you never do that. You listen to the consumer.
Here's another valid argument. Can somebody explain Hot Toys to me? Every time they release a female figure, they sell out.
Yeah.
Poof. Gone. Don't tell me they don't sell. Bullshit. The figures that have the highest views on my YouTube channel are female figures. 2 female figures are the top most viewed ones. So it's Ada Wong, the hot chick from Resident Evil in the red dress, and Jill Valentine, one of the hot lead protagonists. So do not tell me these figures don't sell.
Vinny,
bullshit.
Finny, you need a Power Girl figure for sure.
That's what I said. That's a figure that will never be made. You know what happened? Third-party companies made the costume to go on those on the silicone figures that I've showed you guys.
Yeah.
Skeleton. Yeah. They've made versions of that sold out instantly as well. You can't even find them. I've seen them in promo photos. I've seen other collectors that they got them because they move. They sell. Big companies are not doing Supergirl for some stupid reason. I've seen third-party companies are going to be releasing a version of Supergirl. And here's the funny thing. They did like a movie-type version, like their own interpretation of, I guess, like a Henry Cavill costume. But they didn't give her a skirt. They gave her pants. But what they did to correct that, they gave her a midsection that's all exposed. And it looks good. It does not look bad at all. And it works too with the figures because, again, those silicone ones, if you keep like the elbows pinched or the knees, you could rip the silicone over time. So, but if you have material over them, you're not going to have that issue. So those joints that are like that, they covered. So I understand even the reasoning they did behind it. And that's the thought that you need to put into this kind of stuff. They don't do that. You know, these companies don't care. The ones that do, you could see it. The G.I. Joe Classified, they're doing it right. Those figures are hard to get. The ones that they mass produced, they made way too many of, I think, were Scarlet, and then they did 2 different versions of her because people complained with the first release, so they repainted them to be closer to the other ones.
Actually, I think it was more like Lady J.
Lady J. She's the one that's everywhere right now. But
nice.
But again, it's 1 or 2 characters that might sit there. Why? Because they made the mistake of mass producing the wrong ones. Why don't they do it with the Baroness? She's hard to get to begin with. She was an exclusive to Target with this big, stupid motorcycle, and most people missed it, and the scalpers they took it. Why? Because it's a character that guys like across the board. As a kid, you can't tell me like, oh yeah, that's a hot character. Like even if you were unsure, you're just watching the cartoons and there's something about it that you liked. And most guys went into that fetish realm because of someone like that, right?
Vinny, let me ask you a question. I mean, I'm a noob when it comes to figures but since you're doing the reviews of all these toys, I'm slowly getting more interested. I mean, I like your videos. You're going in depth. What is the line that you enjoy the most as a collector? Is it the top McFarlane line? Is it a different line? Is there a Marvel line or a DC line? What is it? What is your go-to line? What do you recommend for people like me?
For a while, it has been like the SH Figure Art stuff. So from Street Fighter, they've done Marvel characters. They've done a lot of different ones. I do have a good number of them. Like I said, I want to start doing reviews on. Mainstream, that's more affordable, I think, and that you can find in stores. Which, honestly, the Street Fighter ones, you used to be able to find these in Toys R Us as well. They had Ryu and Chun-Li that you could actually find in stores. But I'd say the Hasbro lines, the Transformers. Wookie, if you're there, take a drink for Tommy. I'd say, yeah, Transformers is a great line. I love the G.I. Joe ones, but they're almost impossible to find.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive. Yeah, also.
It's crazy, man. But I'll try to do more reviews on those. I really want to get a Bat figure. But Marvel Legends are still hitting home runs. I had done reviews. I told you, like on the black suit Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah. I saw that one. And how about the DC line? The current DC line, is that good?
The DC line, like I said, that's Todd's stuff, and they're hit and miss. I will not collect the full line of those figures. There's certain characters I'll get. If I see that he makes them, I'll probably get them. But if they're done poorly, I'll pass on them.
Right.
And I was on the fence with the Catwoman one, though I know she was a harder one to get because of the unmasked face. But again, they gave her duck face. She's got this.
Yeah, Soul Assassin, I used to think NECA put out good stuff until I had that last review, and I went ballistic.
Yeah.
I gotta say, so the one that you got was a slightly older figure, Tommy, and it's from a line that they don't really put a lot of care into. The lines that they do, the ultimates that they do, those figures they do care about. I'd say.
Well, I have a Friday the 13th Jason one, so that one is decent, but I've never actually taken out of the package. But I swear that there's like a few QC issues with that figure. Just looking at it through the plastic view.
I have a few. Yeah, I got a good number of NECA figures as well. Like I said, I know a lot of the guys who work there, and some of them are really cool, good guys, and they have that vision. The one who worked on the Gargoyles figures, that guy is an amazing talent, and I can't wait for the other ones. I have Goliath, and I have the evil version of him as well that I need to do a review on.
Did you get the Bronx?
He's not out yet.
With the wings?
Demona I heard Demona got released. Bronx should be after her. But Demona is nearly impossible to get. Why? She's a female figure that's done right.
Yep.
So
wait a minute. Was that the one that people complained about the internet about that the face was not really right? There was a couple of guys have a Demona figure, and the face looks really good, but then they complain about the hair or something. I don't know. But
no. The one issue I heard with the Demona figure was the wings.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one problem that I heard with that.
You mean the quality or the design?
No, they have QC issues with the wings. I know there were two guys who reviewed her who said that there were problems, and there was another guy who said they were good, but he was very, very careful with how he was posing her and shit.
See that, Vinny? Lasso of Truth.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up. What's that? She got Ghostface Scream from NECA. Let me open that one up. And the feet are janky, won't stand on its own. Yeah, they do have those issues. I'm not saying that NECA is perfect. They do have a lot of QC issues, and especially in the beginning. They're getting better, but you can't even really argue with them. I heard people who tried to complain or they wanted a new figure or their money back, and they said that the customer service is shit over there. And I know, man. Yeah, that guy Randy's, he could be good and he could also be bad towards fans. That I don't like, but But anyway, like I said, I never had an issue with Randy. Randy was pretty cool.
Oh, so we're going to talk some gargoyles?
This is
Look
what we're
at that.
talking about.
Yeah.
This is the female figure that just came out.
Yes, that's the one I
Virtually-
meant. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that face is perfect. They said the earrings are also like kind of metal that they did or something. So they're
Nice.
they're looped in, they're loose.
Looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they went above and beyond. There's two faces. You could change the face on it, so you could have the evil one that's kind of yellow with the
Dude, I
glowing
want to
eyes.
pick that up.
Good luck finding it. If you find one, let me know.
All right, well.
But yeah, they said the one guy he had problems where the wings just they fell. He can't even get them up. He's like, "What is this shit?" Like he was furious because the rest of the figure is fantastic.
The sculpt is amazing.
The
Yeah.
sculpt is amazing. And I'm telling you, the guy who was responsible for it, awesome dude, amazing sculptor. He did a couple other figures that I really really love, like from the Soul Reaver line that NECA had done. He did Raziel, beautiful figure. He did the big Deadpool, the 18-inch one.
Nice.
For them. Yeah. And again, she even comes with the book, man. What the hell's it called again? Grimoire? Like
The Grimoire Mark Norum.
Yeah. The one that I do have, I have Thalog. I got to review him soon. But yeah, he's another beautiful figure. It's basically Goliath repainted with a new face. But this is the one that that Chris was talking about.
Yeah, look at those wings.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he comes with the clasp wings. That's killer. And I
So
know
it's like a Build-A-Character.
not
'Cause
really.
The dog comes with the clasped wings, but Goliath comes with the spread wings. So you have to get the dog to get the clasped wings.
Yeah, if you want the clasp wings. But again, who wouldn't want Bronx? Bronx is one of the
I
best
know.
characters.
It's so badass.
I'm going to have to watch a show with my son. He's been watching showing
it's
anime
so
that he
good.
Yeah,
likes
it's
with
so
it.
good.
I'm going to have
Totally.
to do this.
Did you see how good
that's-
Hudson came out?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dude, this guy, he's beautiful. That thing.
Are
is
they going to do
amazing.
Angela as well? Or Coldstone?
I hope. If they could use the Demona body for sure and just change a couple of pieces, basically that overlay on the top, because her design, it's not far off from Demona.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Well, she's
So-
her daughter, so yeah. So.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, she's a great character. I like when they put her in there, but but Bronx, man,
Oh, he's got two faces, or is that a hinged jaw?
it might be a hinged jaw. I think it's a hinged jaw.
That's incredible.
That is awesome.
Amazing, man, amazing. Like I said, the people that are involved in it. Again, I know the artist, so I know what he's doing, and he's doing a damn good job. You know, Goliath was fantastic. But again, it's the shelf space is the problem because the wings are so big. That's why they said they're going to eventually do a whole pack. I think of like the clasp wings. NECA does shit like that. I don't know why they. Yeah, but as long as they eventually give it to us, that's fine. But
That's pretty cool, man.
yeah, it's awesome, and they're a good size too. He's like 7 to 7.5 inches, something like that. And then with the wingspan, I couldn't even fit him in the light box. I had to do it at an angle. Yeah, it goes over 20 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful stuff is what they did. But again, we have good quality out there. There are people that are doing it right. And yeah, there's no excuse for them not to, again, get proper female figures, to give characters the proper weapons that they're supposed to come with, you know. But again, a kid's not going to be finding a gun somewhere and like just running around. That's a very rare instant that happens. They're not going to go on the black market, you know, a teenage kid. Oh yeah, give me a AK-47, blah, blah, blah. That ain't happening. But you know what they could do? They could walk into the kitchen and grab a giant knife and go stabbing somebody. Are you going to get rid of all the figures that come with knives and swords?
Oh yeah, or cars.
Eventually.
Yeah, or cars, big red SUVs.
So what are they going to do with Mazza? I mean, that was part of her characters. Remember, what is it, Brooklyn, when he accidentally almost killed her with her own sidearm?
Time out right there. NECA doesn't abide by those rules. It's McFarlane with the DC property. Warner Brothers does not want Todd to do those figures like that. He could have said no and fought it. It's Warner Brothers that decided this. And he went, okay, as long as I keep the rights. I want to make more. I want to make more Batman figures. We'll have Bikini Batman next.
Oh, what like they did with the classic line? So they made some decent characters with Batman, Robin, the Joker, Riddler, and all that. So instead of making some other characters like I don't know, Catwoman and all the other, well, somebody said they did do a Catwoman, but instead of doing more characters like that, instead they started putting Batman in swim trunks in the freaking beach wear and Robin and the Joker. Like so stupid. Why?
Yeah.
Why even waste your time?
Yeah, more or less. Well, look right here. See, Thaylog, he comes with some kind of gun weapon. So,
Nice.
you know, yeah, Mazda, she'll have it. She'll have a gun. She'll definitely need one anyway, because that's one of the looks of the character. She's a cop. From episode 1, she's running in the street with a gun.
Yep. Exactly.
She saved Goliath by taking out those guys. And she had a gun, and she didn't use it on them like that, you know, because she's not a killer. So you could show restraint. That's fine. You could have characters in cartoons, in comics, whatever, doing the right thing.
Someone modded a Demona there. Look at the second image next to Hudson.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Well, these are both customs completely. These aren't even the NECA bodies.
Oh, damn.
This, I believe, was a Mattel version of maybe a Batman or a Superman.
Mhm.
I could tell from the body and the joint.
Yeah, it's not as clean.
You know, there's some very talented people out there. I'll tell you that much. But
Oh, crap.
yeah, no. Oh, dude, look, they did Thaylog with the armor from the second appearance.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Dude, that's insane what these people can do.
Yeah.
I want this one. That episode
Yeah.
was one of my favorites when he got the Eye of Odin.
Yeah.
And that massive version of Goliath. That was
Holy
killer.
crap.
And he made like the snowstorms and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
wonder if they'll do
badass.
the Australian cyborgs.
Oh, the pack. They were one of the
Yeah.
main zones in the whole series. This would be cool too if they did that
Mazda.
version
Yeah.
of Eliza, but I doubt it. That might be, you know, way down the road. But these figures,
I love that face.
they've been selling like crazy. Hudson's one of my favorite characters. I want to get these things. I want the whole line, but again, they're not easy to find. Goliath you could find right now. I think NECA has them on their eBay store, so you could probably get them at a halfway decent price over there. Thaylog I have not seen anywhere yet, other than the one time I went into the stores, and they had about like 8 to 10 of them. Next time I went, I think it was down to 2, and then never saw them again.
Damn.
So they are moving, and from what I understand, Demona is virtually impossible to get. You forget, like these people are.
Because they don't sell?
No, they don't sell. With Todd, we create too many serial killers out there with our old toy line.
Oh, well, I see a Lexington.
Yeah. He's also going to be in the lines coming. Yeah, they did them all.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. They're all
Beautiful.
set.
Yep. These I think they might be released every 6 months, something like that.
Dude, his gun is more detailed than in the cartoon. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love about that sculptor. He always puts a little something extra into whatever he's working on, because he is a true fan of this stuff as well. He's a
Nice.
foreign dude. He's from like the Eastern Bloc, but man, he knows what he's doing. He knows these
Yeah, he
characters inside and out. Like this whole line of figures are going to be absolutely amazing. And like what scared me too, I've never seen these guys in the stores. No.
I've seen him on Razor Fist's podcast. He's got him in the background. That's the
Oh,
only place
dude,
I've
that's
seen him.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did the 7-inch versions, and then they did the 18-inch ones. The 18-inch ones I have seen when Toys R Us was around. I've seen a Raphael and a Michelangelo.
Damn!
I'm looking at the websites now. There is a Ultimate Brooklyn, Tylock, and a Hudson figure for pre-order.
Oh, for pre-order, yeah. See, and Demona, she's releasing.
She's not there.
now.
No,
Yeah.
she's not there at all.
Dude, I love that face, that
Yeah,
expression,
the smirk.
that little bit of the ear that's kind of bent down. Like they nailed it. That hair is just spot on to the cartoon. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Give people what they want; they will sell. I don't care who you are, what you say.
Damn.
You could get it working the right way. And if articulation is fantastic on these things, they are guaranteed to sell. Guaranteed.
Even
Oh
the
yeah,
Brooklyn
Macbeth.
figure
They got to do
will be
Macbeth.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just texted my kid and said we're watching Gargoyles.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
get
they'll
that
all,
series. Get that
yeah.
series on physical media before Disney censors, because I know there's
Right.
controversy over that episode that I had mentioned where Brooklyn almost kills Mazda. They took that off of the
Yeah,
rotation.
Gotta get that.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
I literally saw it a few months ago, that episode.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone now.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a big to do it's glorified. It's like, no, that was to tell you not to mess with.
Oh, they can march for grooming, but
I
Yeah,
got
right?
gotcha.
All right. I'm gonna go back to McFarlane for a second. It's ironic with all the Batman figures that he made. The figure that really got them pissed off with the guns
Mhm.
was the alternate version, the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne. That was the figure that got them into trouble. Batman
thing.
with guns, because I have that figure. And yeah, he's got the gun holsters. He comes with 2 guns, and I think that's what parents started having a shit fit about, and that's what screwed for everybody. That was one of the figures that did it. Because I have a couple of the other ones that they did, the Jokers that they did from the Arkham series, from White Knight. He's got the gun. He's got the big silver. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Nope. All done because of that.
Yeah.
And all right, this one I went a half hour longer than I normally do.
Oh.
But it's all right. We had a good time, I think, with this discussion. If you guys want, we can continue a little bit of this over on the Sunday stream and add a little bit more as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because there's a few other topics they definitely want to hit, including the live action Voltron movie. Well, there's a few things we could definitely hit over on the Sunday stream, and it keeps kind of in line with what we're talking about here, and from figures, animation, movies, all that great stuff. But
I wonder if they're going to do what Voltron that they did with Transformers, because remember when Michael Bay first came out with his version of Transformers, they removed all the old cartoons, especially the old cartoon movie.
Oh man.
And it was for the longest time it was out of circulation. It wasn't until I want to say it was somewhere around like the 30th anniversary that they started bringing the original cartoon movie back.
Yeah, if I can't see Transformers '86, I'm a grumpy guy.
Right?
I love that movie.
But yeah, since we are talking about stuff, and somebody made a comment earlier about we should be making our own stuff. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. And again, it's not a figure, but I'd say it's the next best thing. What we got here, we got these awesome standees that you could get on the Shadow of the Kraken campaign. Absolutely beautiful. If you guys haven't seen them, they're double-sided. I put the order in for these. Beautiful base with the Kraken on it, character's name. And this was all inspired by my friend sitting right there, Chris Fisk. He did his with the Infinitel Chronicles character. Beautiful stuff. And so if you guys are looking for some great stuff, I'm going to start doing these on all my campaigns. So you guys can have something really cool. Acrylic double-sided standees. Next best thing, because again, I can't afford to go to a toy company right now. I'd like to eventually at some point, but we got to be more realistic at the moment, and we got to keep growing our brands of what we have. So this is my comic book series, Shadow of the Kraken. And again, I'm on the last couple pages. So if you guys haven't backed it yet,
do it.
We're almost there. I should be done, like I said, middle to the end of April with finishing the artwork and then putting all the lettering on. And I want to get a sample copy. Towards the maybe about the end of next month is what I'm hoping for right now. But we're right on track anyway. I'm doing amazing with this stuff, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Sorry I haven't done an update in like the last month. It's because I really can't show you guys the pages I'm working on at the moment because they are complete spoilers. It's the end of the book, and the big cliffhanger. So it's 52 pages, front cover to back cover. If you guys haven't backed my books yet, this is campaign number 6. So I fulfilled 5 already. Beautiful books. 2 of the actual main comic book series that you could definitely get from me. It's still available. City of Venus and Through the Woods hardcover book. Look at that. The hardcover is like a European standard. So
and it's beautiful, guys. I got it.
Book.
Gorgeous
Absolutely
book.
Gorgeous. Best quality you're ever going to find in any freaking comic book.
Yes, sir.
Full color.
Great.
Well done, Benny. That's such a fun book
I
to
think
read.
You guys, you'll love this book. If you haven't picked it up yet, I urge you guys to do it. The links are in the description to this video. And it's also on all the campaigns. So if you scroll to the bottom of the campaign, you can get the other ones. But like I said, the Through the Woods, this ships same day or next day. Same thing with City of Venus. And City of Venus has the 2 art books that go with that. So if you hit the featured tier and then you do the add-on, you can get both of those books as well on top. But yeah, Shadow of the Kraken is going to be the next one out the door. Like I said, we're almost there. I got to make sure. Again, finish the last couple. I'm down to 2 or 3 pages left on this, and the lettering. So yeah, if you guys want a classic pirate story that has a little bit of a supernatural twist in it as well, it's a darker story. The first issue you're gonna have there, because again, we're in the Caribbean, so you're gonna see a lot of nice, good, beautiful sunsets, colorful stuff as well. But you're gonna get the violence. They're pirates. The guy's getting stabbed in the eye here. We got a dude getting eaten by a shark. There's a lot of cool stuff that I want to make sure you guys are really going to get in here. I'm not steering away from the slavery issue either. It was part of history, so it's going to be part of the book. You're going to have characters who were in history are actually going to make an appearance in these books as well. There's some that are very specific to the story. But yeah, I really want to make sure that there's something here for everybody, and you guys are going to enjoy it, from beginning to end. And yeah, I cannot wait for you guys to get this in your hand as well. I'm very proud of this series. I did everything here. I wrote it, drew it, inks, color, lettering. I'm doing the job of about 5 or 6 people minimum. So yeah, so it's going to be great. Last Word of Truth, I can confirm. The book is beautiful. Thank you so much. It's great, man. That character looks cool. Skull. Yeah, dude. Like I said, I would love to at some point get figures and statues done of these. In the meantime, I'm like I said, I'm definitely doing the acrylic stains. I love how these turned out. So beautiful. I think to have like a full set of these would be amazing. And I want to do them for each specific comic book campaign. So you guys will eventually get all the characters as we release more books. So we got sexiness. You name it, we got it in here. It's going to be beautiful, guys. And yeah, like I said, at the bottom of the campaign, if you guys are a little bit lazy and you don't want to click those other links, the links are down here for City of Venus and Through the Woods. City of Venus, the sequel's coming. As soon as I'm done with this project and it's fulfilled, I'm going to start working on the sequel to this book, and it's going to be a bigger book as well. I'm going to aim for 50
Venus.
Yeah, I love these characters. I'm itching to get back into this world. I started doing some more writing too for where I would, the actual main story that I'm kind of doing with the second issue, because I know where the book's going, but I definitely want to make sure you guys get extra really cool stuff in here, because issue 2 is gonna be a lot bigger. You're gonna see more of this world. You're gonna know more about the main character, how she got there, and everything. It's gonna be awesome. So it feels like a bleak story, but this one's gonna have pretty much everything that I love is gonna be in here. So it's not just a post-apocalyptic world. There's plenty of twists and turns, plenty of action, and really cool things in here, like from monsters to mech shit. Like you're gonna be very surprised. I'll just say that, because the first issue I gave you a taste. But it's not exactly what people are going to be thinking. They're like, oh, yeah, it's just a zombie book. It's not a zombie book. I can guarantee you that. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't yet, please support these books. Again, they go right out the door, same day or next day. If it's a Sunday, yeah, you'll get them I'll mail them on Mondays. But, hit the
I remember when I was reading through City of Venus, Vinny, I didn't so much get the really like over the top zombie feel from it, but I got more of like that Night of the Comet feel.
Night of the Comet.
What's Night of the Comet?
It's an
you never
80s
seen that one? Oh, that's a good old classic movie. You got to watch that one.
Okay.
It's basically what happens to civilization after a comet hits.
Oh, excellent, man. Well, good. Because like I said, there's some big things happening in this story, and the shit that I'm going to show. You're going to see how that floating city got in the sky as well. Everyone always skips past things like that if they have something like that in their stories. No, I want to make sure you guys get it all and you get it in spades. And speaking of another creator who delivers and delivers like a beast, we're talking Chris Fisk right here. Give him the old fist, buddy.
Give him the royal fist, get right there. Infinitale Chronicles, The War of the Trees, Book 1 is one of 10 books. Currently, one here is in demand. It's a 50-page full color story, and basically, we're in the process of getting book 2 produced now, and I'm hoping by the end of either this month or sometime next month we'll start the mailing campaign. And people who sign on for the mailing campaign will have access to a special holofoil card, one of those 7x5 jumbo cards.
I love it, man. I love it. The fist bump.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. If you like fantasy, if you like stories that like harken back to the 90s Saturday morning cartoons and anime, it's a little more mature than that because, I came from a time when PG-13 didn't exist. So, kids weren't as sheltered. So there was violence. There was a few boobage. But more or less, it wasn't something that pulled punches. And, this thing was a story that had been written almost 30 years ago. And it sat in storage while I went off and traveled the world and went to university, went to different countries, worked in different industries. And I finally came to a point in my life where I was like, well, I have the resources now. Might as well start making this story. And so far, people that have enjoyed the first book haven't been shy about saying about it either. I mean, I've had a few reviews come back. I sent out a survey, and it seemed to be pretty positive. So I'm very happy for that.
I love it, man. Yeah, dude. Like I said, you really are one of those people that I respect through and through. That's why I wanted you as one of my co-hosts all the time when I'm doing streams. Because again, Chris is awesome. He's an awesome creator. He cares about what he's doing, and it shows through his products as well. So definitely, if you could back and support him. And again, we have so many other great creators as well. We have Miriam with her book Bonds. We got Red Gaze with Sunsworn. We got so many cool people. Raven, we're going to try to get Raven back on as well soon. Her job has been keeping her kind of from a lot of the Friday streams. She's going to try to make it next week, though. Another great creator and a great person. So, and that's what I said. I love having positive people on here. We'll have our rants, but we also talk about the things that we love. And that's a lot of stuff that I don't really see in too many YouTubers. It's just whine, bitch, and they have nothing to kind of replace it or anything positive to say. So we're the opposite side of that coin. There are things that we love to talk about and things that we do collect. And I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this one. Again, you could find some other great. Oh, wait. What do we got down there? Oh, it's Walton being Walton.
No, it's just I'm saying, guys, support independent creators or bilingual Chris will fisk you.
Right, Royal Fisking.
Oi.
Yeah.
Hey, naughty bit. Oh, it's a man.
Look how happy he was. See how happy that man was?
Yay! I've got tits.
I've got tits. Uh-oh. Are you going to be joining swim team soon? Hey, anyway, guys, girls.
Going for the gold.
Actually, I have one more thing. If you don't mind, Vinny.
What was that?
I have one more thing, if you don't mind, Vinny.
Oh, what do you got?
Thank you very much, guys. I'm currently working on the completion of the Phantom Menace Volume 2, Rise of the Rebellion. I got a few more interviews. I interviewed Vinnie Tartamella for Independent Creators chapter. A lot of good contributors in this book. Got a chapter about Mark with a C. John Talks actually wrote the opening to this book. I also have a chapter on Doomcock written by him, his own words, and Jesse Milestone, a couple of the creators in the community. Looking forward to presenting this to you guys. Got a few more interviews that I got to get through. Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge, a couple guys from the Dark Council, some of the guys from the Phantom Collective. And really, this book to me isn't just about the grassroots backlash against entertainments, against what happened to Star Wars and Star Trek and many different properties that we have had. It's also about a community of people who are inspired by indie creators who were here before we were, us Phantom Menace YouTubers, or previously Phantom Menace YouTubers, and the kind of culture that was created of supporting one another, looking out for each other, promoting each other. The indie sphere itself, which to me is made up of all of us, is a very important aspect to this. It goes against the narrative of the far left totalitarians out there who tell us we are all sexist, racist, blah, 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 and they don't even know their own pronouns. And they call us the most hateful and terrible things. But yet, this very, we don't even have to say inclusive, this community of variously different people, which has helped to promote one another, is quite an important aspect to the last few years and to what we all have built together as indie creators, as people, Twitch streamers, as YouTubers, and comic book creators and novelists. So guys, I'm looking forward to presenting this to you in a few months. Thank you to all my backers. I'm sorry you had to wait for a while. I'm going to add something special in there for you guys. I appreciate your patience, and thank you very much. I'll let everyone know when it goes on general release.
Go,
Awesome,
brother.
man. Yeah, awesome. I'm tempted to jump in there with a little bit of Harrison.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll do it on something a little bit later. No problem, man. Thank you, Walter, for being here. And yeah, that interview was fun. I'm looking forward to that book. And yeah, I think people they'll be enjoying that one for sure. Yeah, Tommy, let the good folks know where they can find you as well, my friend.
Hey everybody, what's going on? We here at the Guinea Pig Collective would like to remind you to lift your seat up into the fully upright position. Pick up your toes off the floor because the guinea pigs are coming through and you don't want to lose all those toes down there on the floor. But you can go over and follow me over at Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, where you see me talking about old toys, retro toys being done right, and of course old movies as well. Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we have Going Old School Retro Discussions. And then back again, me and Vinny, United Underground presents Collectible Past, where we talk a lot about these retro toys that are being done right and a lot of the toys that they were based off of. Having fun, talking about the things that we love, because you can't sit there and fight the things that you hate without going back to that place of what you're fighting for first. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you for sharing this out like I know that you guys have and being here every week for us. You guys are the best chat on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we have awesome people here, and yeah, we got one more awesome dude, Marinus, my friend. Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah. Well, people can find me on my YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram. I'm mostly here mostly on Twitter, promoting stuff, promoting comics, sharing art. And on my YouTube channel, I do reviews, unboxing videos, and a lot more. I'm currently writing a new chapter for a upcoming comic, but yeah, it's going to take a while. Unfortunately, COVID hits with a lot of people in my surroundings, so you have to be careful for that. But yeah, check out my videos, check out my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on Twitter. And then, I'm going to make you happy. I mean, I try.
Yeah. Marius, he makes us all happy. We love Marius.
Thank you so much, Walton.
Love him.
Love you, man.
If Red was here, we'd be able to watch that ice cream clip of him.
Oh, yeah.
Or the maracas. Marinus is fantastic. Everyone here is awesome. Thank you, guys. Again, I think we did have a pretty good conversation. I know I went on a few minor Vinny rants. I've gone a little worse.
Oh, Vinny, that was great. It was very informative, man. Thank you very much. It was great to be on the panel today.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I wanted to let more people know about kind of how the whole process is, and kind of, again, those thoughts that they're his personal views. They are not the real numbers. I'm just going to say that yet again. Bleeding Cool, they did get it right.
It was like sitting in the same room with them, too, while you were doing those impersonations, bro.
I need to pull up one of those photos of him, because I have the Harrison, but I should do the Todd as well. That'd be great. Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check out Conquest Comics. You can also find it on my YouTube. I was with Liam Gray and Yuka Cross, and we did our breakdown of Primal, which was a lot of fun, because we're going over those episodes over on his channel, and we did the first one.
You mean Primal from Tartakovsky?
Yeah, man. I think that one was extremely overlooked. That was a very good show.
Man,
that
so
over
good.
a year ago.
Yeah,
is there going to be a season 2? I hope so.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, they had they broke up part 1 into 2 different things, and I believe the next season did drop as well.
That one was so good, the first one. It really it surprised me how good it was.
Oh, absolutely. Really quick, I will pull up if you guys haven't seen it. I'll drop the link in there as well for you guys. So let me share a screen. Yeah, before we go out.
Yeah, everybody should look Primal. Yeah,
Primal was so good.
That's so awesome. Jenny Tartakovsky is, I believe, the name of that creator. From Samurai Jack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Samurai. He did a bunch of them. I think he was even responsible for. Was the Powerpuff Girls? I don't know. He did a bunch of stuff. So, if you go to Conquest Comics, it's on my thing. Scroll down over here on the Primal. And yeah, check it out because it was awesome how he did it, how he set it up. And there is a Todd McFarlane appearance in there because I do impersonate him. And, and yeah, and we well, me, Liam put in a Todd McFarlane, shirtless Todd. It's hilarious. He actually did this at a convention, but the guy's a nut job, but it's really funny. So if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. This is the first one. We're going over all of them. They call them the Greg and Dinosaur Wife. It's just, I don't know what you and Liam they were referring this to because it was pretty funny. But yeah, it is Primal. And I had friends who actually worked on that series as well, including Bob Camp from the Ren and Stimpy fame.
Nice.
And yeah, I still want to get him on stream, but we got to see because he's a little difficult to get a hold of, and his political opinions are very, very opposite.
Oh no,
but he's a great dude, and he's very talented. As long as I'll see what I could do. But yeah, I don't want. We're not talking politics when he's on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Again, it is what it is. But again, super great guy. He's got so many awesome stories from working in the industry, funny ones, some really ones that we can't talk about. It has to do with John Kay.
Oh no.
Enough said.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, guys and girls, thank you so much for being here tonight. Oh wait, I'll just drop it in there. Copy and I'll paste it. So if you guys want to jump in here and give Liam some love as well, and don't believe the bullshit stories that you're hearing about the guy. That narrative is very twisted, and for any people that are doing that to him, they are far beyond SJW. I'm going to say it right now.
Liam's a good dude.
I've known Liam for nearly 20 years. He's a solid dude. He's a family man, and these people are trying to slander him. It's horse shit. Don't believe it.
Yeah, the people are slandering him. They're giving out favors behind your favorite pizza parlor.
And without clean
Allegedly.
peens, support independent creators and clean your peen.
Clean your peen, all that great stuff. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I still don't know what the peen thing, but all right there.
It's a movement, Vinny.
That's a Walton thing.
You know, it's not. It's an indie creator thing. The guys in the community. We're going to galvanize ourselves by supporting proper male hygiene while supporting indie comics. Clean your peen. Support.
Remember, say no to the bullshit drama. Say yes to good comics. Support independent creators across the board. I don't give a shit about hashtags. Never did, never will. I'm an indie guy, and I show it through and through with everything that I've worked on and what I've been doing. So, again, one of the most trusted independent creators right here. I deliver more than almost anyone else. So, yeah, take that, put it in your pipe and smoke it. Everybody, thank you for being here. We'll be back on Sunday. We might do a little bit more of this type of conversation if you guys want, but we'll also hit some other entertainment conversations, and, yeah, we'll have a good time. I will hit another one of the shorter intros because I'm super late on stuff I need to do. But thank you, everybody. Remember, be kind to one another, but kick ass while you create. Till next time.